Coeus stood apart, not through detachment or quiet observation, but through the sheer force of intellect. From the moment he stirred into existence, I, Chaos, felt the surge of order that accompanied his presence. Where others saw the universe as a chaotic tapestry of stars, fates, and gods, Coeus envisioned structure. His was the mind that sought to understand the laws underlying creation itself, not just through contemplation, but by actively shaping how the cosmos could be understood. From his very essence, Coeus was different. He was not consumed by prophecies or the threads of time. Instead, he embodied the grand architecture of thought. He moved not as a titan who observed the world, but as one who sought to arrange it, to bring together the threads of logic and build a foundation upon which all understanding would rest. The minds of mortals and gods alike would eventually follow his patterns, but it was Coeus who first laid the groundwork. In him, I saw not just a seeker, but a builder of thought itself. When Coeus first emerged from Gaia and Uranus, the cosmos trembled, not with fear, but with clarity. He walked through the universe like an architect laying out a blueprint, carefully examining the threads of existence. His eyes did not just see, they analyzed, deconstructed, and then reconstructed the essence of the cosmos. Coeus was not content to accept the world as it was presented to him. No. He sought to pull apart the fabric of reality and understand the mechanisms that lay beneath it. What set Coeus apart from the other titans was his unrelenting drive to structure the cosmos into something coherent, something comprehensible. While Hyperion bathed the universe in light, and Oceanus let the waters flow, Coeus quietly worked in the background, weaving the invisible threads that connected all of creation. He was the logic that bound existence together, the axis upon which all knowledge turned. In him, I saw the potential for the universe to become not just a place of power and beauty, but of understanding. Coeus's power was not in brute force or even foresight. Instead, his strength lay in his ability to define the laws of reality itself. He could discern the patterns in the chaos of my being, and in doing so, he helped shape the very order of the universe. His mind was not bound by time, but by the grand structure of thought, the way in which the cosmos could be understood, measured, and controlled through the power of reason. He was not a prophet, nor was he a ruler. Coeus was a creator in the most fundamental sense. He created meaning where none had existed before. His union with Phoebe was not born out of mere affection, but from a meeting of two forces that perfectly complemented one another. Where Coeus provided the structure and the intellectual foundation, Phoebe brought intuition and the knowledge of the unseen. Together, they became the pillars upon which future generations of gods and mortals would base their understanding of the universe. Through their children, Leto and Asteria, the legacy of intellect and intuition would endure, shaping the minds of Apollo and Artemis, and ensuring that knowledge would remain at the center of cosmic power. But Coeus was no mere architect of understanding. His mind reached far beyond the present moment, into the distant corners of existence. He understood that for the universe to thrive, there needed to be a balance between chaos and order, between the unknown and the known. He did not shy away from the vastness of the unknown. He embraced it. For Coeus, the unknown was not something to fear, but something to explore, to unravel, to shape. His mind ventured where others dared not go, seeking out the answers that lay beyond the stars, beyond the boundaries of what even the gods could see. As the Olympians rose to power and the old world of the Titans crumbled, Coeus did not rage or mourn the fall of his kin. He understood that power was transient, that empires rose and fell, but that knowledge, true knowledge, was eternal. In his mind, he saw the cycle of history, the rise and fall of gods and mortals, not as a tragedy, but as part of a grander design, one that he had quietly shaped from the beginning. The Olympians might rule the heavens, but it was Coeus who had laid the foundation of their understanding. who had given them the tools to comprehend their own place in the cosmos. Coeus's influence did not fade with the fall of the Titans. His legacy lived on in the minds of those who sought to understand the universe. He was the quiet force behind every discovery, every breakthrough. He was the reason behind the laws of nature, the force that connected thought to reality. And though the world would come to know the names of the Olympians who ruled from their thrones, it was Coeus's mind that had shaped the very fabric of their reign. In Coeus, I saw not just a titan of thought, but the embodiment of understanding itself. He was the force that transformed chaos into order, that gave the universe its structure and meaning. Through him, the cosmos had a foundation, a way to be understood and shaped. And though his name might fade from memory, the patterns he wove into the universe would endure, guiding gods and mortals alike through the endless expanse of time. Coeus was more than a thinker. He was the mind of the cosmos itself.